Hello my loves, welcome to another Adriana Loves video where we talk about all of the things from spirituality to growing a business to growing a spiritual business that feels good to you. I want to talk to you about how do we scale a business if we are stuck at that like 1K to 5K mark in your business. It is so common for coaches, healers, intuitives to be really stuck and capped at that place. And you know you want 10Ks consistently, 15Ks consistently. That seems to be a real mark we want. And not just hitting it once, but hitting it month after month with ease. I want to share with you exactly, no gatekeeping, what I would do step by step if that were me right now. The first thing I would do is get really clear on my core offer. So instead of spreading yourself thin between all of these offers, what is that one offer you really want to be known for? You really want to talk about online right now and that you're okay to talk about every single day. Yes, literally every single day. Now, this core offer needs to be something that you really believe in, but also that makes sense in your offer suite and to your business and to your niche. And that also is something you can get behind, but also has strategy. So we don't just want to do, well, I feel this, or like Spirit told me just to do it like this. I'm all about that. And I'm always tuning in and testing offers for clients, but we also want to make sure there is like a practical and strategic component to this. Okay, once you have this, you want to understand your core messaging and language around this offer or around what it is you do or the transformation that you give your clients. Now, it's so common that when I see intuitives, coaches, healers talk about their offers, they're not really explaining what it is, or they're kind of like, I don't know, it does everything. I can help you with everything. So what we want to think about is what are those key transformations? And for a lot of us, you might want to say the way we approach that key transformation is unique. It's unique to you, and it's unique because we're going to look at where that came from in your childhood. We're going to look at when and where that block was created and what you uniquely need to feel to move through that. Okay, next I would hire support. Now, this might sound a little bit ironic coming from me or biased, but I promise it helps. I would hire support, a good coach that is where you want to be, whether it's a membership or a coaching program or one-on-one. Having that support and someone to soundboard off is everything. You might also want to look at delegating some tasks, but I wouldn't delegate too much just yet if you don't have to either. But if you're already over and you're at 6-7K mark and you're hitting that consistently, it might also be time to start delegating those tasks out. Or if you have the cash flow, I would do that as well. Okay, my love, next up is your content. Yes, this is your social media, your content. In my case, if I were you, I would focus on Instagram and producing really good quality content that touches on the different aspects of a buyer and the buyer journey and the buyer psychology. This also goes the same for your Instagram stories. Now, fun little fact about your Instagram stories, if I were you, I would figure out a way to sell on them every single day. Right now, like pause and do this with me right now. If you would audit yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 of how well do you sell on your stories right now, what would you say? Is it a 2, a 3, an 8? So this is keeping in mind both the frequency and how well you think you do it. This answer is probably the key to the income months you are having. If you can get better at this and you're sharing it more often every day when you're sharing, you share, this is how to work with me, this is the invitation, you will have more people not only reaching out to you, but understanding the depth of what it is you do. And now when you're promoting and sharing, you're not just like, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. You're also touching on the emotions of the buyer. So connecting with them emotionally, the transformation that they desire, the logic, like, cause they're justifying this purchase with logic. So you're touching on that part as well. And also the part of the person that just doesn't want to miss out on this. Okay, the next thing I would do sounds kind of funny and maybe like obvious, but it's consistency. If you can't meet yourself consistently, it won't happen. And this is the key here, find what consistency means to you. Now, consistency to me might mean 6 posts a week, but if it's 4 to you, meet it there. Same as when I'm making this YouTube, I find what consistency means to me so I can do it for a long period of time. Let that sink in. Last but not least is your DMs and your follow-ups. Right now, there is people who want to hear from you. There's people who want to be followed up. There is people who have reached out to you in the last 12 months that want to hear from you. Really don't underestimate this part of conversations and connections. And that's why it's such a big part of what I teach, because I believe we underestimate this part. Which brings me to my reminder. Growing your business is simple, but not necessarily easy. The things we need to do are really simple, but we often get in the way. So it's okay if some of them feel hard, and then you learn what you need to do and you're like, wow, that was really simple. So many of my clients say that to me. So don't underestimate the simplicity of it, but it's still allowed to feel tricky or maybe a little bit confusing. So my love, if right now you are stuck somewhere between that 1 to 5, but even that 6, 7K mark, and you deeply desire those 10 to 15K months, but not just doing anything, doing what you love, doing what your mission is, doing what your soul is here to do, jump over to my Instagram below and DM me the word scale, and we will look at exactly which piece of this puzzle that I think we need to focus on for you. We will add that layer in, we will tweak things, I'll give you feedback, and then you can start to build towards the desire that you want. Remember, building a sustainable business takes time, it takes foundations, but it's knowing the foundations to lay and which one next is going to help you so deeply.